Coming up on QUTV, students get to record a piece of history, and housing lottery has changed. We will tell you more.
Also, March Madness did not disappoint this year. We have students who they wanted to win the tournament and information that you need to know to keep you safe. QUTV starts right now. Welcome to our April 6th episode of QUTV. I'm Kaylee Kelly.
And I'm Jeremy Culver. Topping our stories this week, veterans all over the country hold stories that could shake our lives to fully understand what it means to live free in the United States. Students here at QU are now getting to hear those stories firsthand and help preserve these magnificent tales.
I'll tell you, somebody sent me something about this, and it said, a veteran is somebody who at a very young age puts their name on a document that says that they will do whatever they have to do, including giving their life for their country.
That's pretty serious.
And it sort of hits you home, you know?
Yeah.
Stories like these are being heard by the COM 384 class of Principles of Audio Productions. The class is participating in an event called the Veterans History Project. The event was started by the Library of Congress to try and preserve the stories of our fellow veterans. The United States Congress created the Veterans History Project in 2000. The Veterans History Project collects, preserves, and makes accessible the personal accounts of American war veterans so that future generations may hear directly from veterans and better understand the realities of war.
Because we have so many veterans, particularly of World War II, that are dying at a high rate, something like 1,500 a day. This was the Congress's way of trying to honor the veterans.
The Veterans History Project is not only a great experience and helps preserve the tales of our veterans, it is also a great way for students to get better experience at interviewing skills.
A chance to practice articulation skills, speech skills, which are incorporated into interview skills, things like pacing, clarity of speech.
The project collects first-hand accounts of U.S. veterans from World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf War, Afghanistan, and Iraqi conflicts. In addition, those U.S. citizens who were actively involved in supporting war efforts, such as war industry workers, flight instructors, medical volunteers, are also invited to share their valuable stories. Students participating in this project really admire the chance to speak with these veterans and understand the value of their stories.
I hope to take away a greater respect for the things that people have done for our country. I feel like it will definitely, reinforce that patriotic feeling and make it a little bit easier to understand what did go on and what people are going through to support them better when they return.
If you would like to participate in the Veterans History Project, go to the link on your screen and click on How to Participate. Though some of the veterans may not feel their stories are important, the truth is they are. The impact of tales from actual veterans helps strengthen the pride in everyone and be thankful for those who risk their lives just to support the United States and our flag, Old Glory.
With second semester classes beginning to wrap up and about a month left of school, students are beginning to think about next year. Class schedules are being finalized and the focus turns to the housing situation. Once again, the housing lotto is changing a little bit this year. In the past, housing was based on a point system from number of semesters lived on campus, GPA, if you had been in trouble, class, and age. Those with the highest number of points got to pick first and it would go down through the list. This year is very similar, except it will begin in groupings of points and online. Upper class students will have their choice from single dorm rooms in Padua and Friars to suite-style housing in Willer and the Student Living Center. There are also on-campus houses that some of the older students can choose to live in. Jeff Spain, the Director of Residence Life and Community Standards, shared his feelings on the new system.
That it's going to be our first time going through this with them, and so there might be some hiccups or bumps in the road, but we'll rock and roll through it and do our best. Any questions along the way, please don't hesitate to come in my office. Find either Donna, who's awesome out there working at the front desk, or come in and see me. We'll be here. We're ready to answer questions, and we're going to be rocking and rolling through this with them as well.
Information sessions on the housing lottery are going to be held daily next week. If you are looking to get your question answered, be sure to stop by. The housing process will begin toward the end of April and is going to be completed by April 27th.
Something every student should be conscious of is their safety on campus. Recent events on campus are causing everyone to take extra precautions. Early in the morning of March 27th, a man was found in the bushes of the west side of Woods Hall. It is believed that he was window peeping, and he may have had the intention to attempting to gain entrance to the dorm. Quincy Police Department and university security officers responded to the event. The subject is Jason Phillips, pictured on your screen. Phillips is a registered sex offender living in Quincy. He was issued a written no trespass warning, meaning if he comes on campus again, he will be immediately arrested. Another event occurred this past Monday evening. Phillips was seen at Jed's Brew House on the corner of 18th and Chestnut Monday evening around 6 p.m. and again at 9 p.m. He left before any disturbance was reported, and he did not come onto campus property. The Quincy Police Department was called, and they issued a no trespass warning for Jed's. Director of Safety and Security Sam Lathrop spoke with QUTV about safety on campus.
It's our community, and we take our safety here very seriously. This person is a threat to our safety. His behavior has indicated to us that he's not trustworthy. So he doesn't belong here, and we're going to do everything we can as a community to make sure that we keep him off of our property and away from our students, staff, and faculty. But we can't do that by ourselves. It's got to be a team effort. And so I'm just asking everyone to keep their eyes open and communicate any suspicious threats that you see around campus. Let us investigate it. That's what we're here for.
With all of these security scares going on, it is important to keep these safety tips in mind. Be aware of your surroundings when walking around campus, especially at night. Take your headphones out and carry your phone in your hand, ready to call security if necessary. But do not be texting or focusing on other functions of your phone. Do not walk alone at night. If you need an escort, the security officers are available to walk with you. Be sure to lock all doors and windows of your dorm room or house, and do not open your door to unknown people. If you are attacked, make a lot of noise and do not stop fighting and resisting. It will be more likely that someone will hear and come to your aid. Once more, we are going to show you the picture of Jason Phillips. If you see Jason Phillips, you are asked to call either Quincy Security or 911. Stay at a distance and watch where he is going. Give a clothing description, location, and a direction of travel.
Recently, Dr. Bill Post Lyon suffered a brain aneurysm and was rushed to Blessing Hospital, where he was immediately admitted for emergency medical treatment. The aneurysm has left Dr. Post Lyon with acute short-term memory loss, but that is the only reported side effect of the aneurysm. He is currently recovering at home and is undergoing therapy and treatment at Blessing Hospital. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Dr. Post Lyon for a swift and successful recovery.
Over the course of this second semester, the baseball team has done more than train and begin to play in their spring season. They are also already looking to improve their future. Many players have now been signed with summer league teams to better improve their skills, get ready for the fall season, and maybe even gain the attention of major league scouts. I sat down and talked with some of the QU baseball players and coaching staff about the experience. Assistant baseball coach Brandon DeJames is basically the entire team's summer league agent. He is responsible for nearly all the signings that have taken place. Coach DeJames has expertise in the matter from the years he attended QU when he played for the Quincy Gems and other summer league teams.
Pretty much everything. I mean, at the first of the year, we have a meeting, and I kind of get an roundabout number of guys who want to go out and play, and then I kind of take it accordingly. There's different levels of leagues, just like there NCAA sports. D1, D2, D3. So depending on their where they're at, freshman to senior, I kind of send them out accordingly.
The majority of the QU Hawks squad is signed with the team to play ball in the summer this year. The Hawks have members of the team that will be playing at all different levels, including some of the best leagues in the country where they might have more of a chance to be noticed by Major League scouts. Nobody on the QU team ever plays for the same summer team twice, therefore giving the players a variety of experience on different teams, in different leagues, and in different parts of the country.
Yeah, every year we get selected to a new team. Last year I was in New York. This year they sent me into the Prospect League with Butler, and it's fun changing it up.
Both the coaching staff and the ball players realize the summer league is to better improve them as individual players and keep them sharp and in top-notch form during their time away from Quincy. Even though the summer league is for the individual players, it's also for the entire Quincy baseball program to better itself. Giving the athletes experiences like this can only enhance their abilities, which will in turn benefit future Quincy Hawks seasons.
Just basically do my own job, because it's more of like an individual thing. For summer it's just based on working your own stuff, and then hopefully the team gets together. But for me, just as an individual, just get outs, get strikes, hopefully get better, and then by the time you know it, it's going to be fall ball for Quincy, and then I'll be hopefully at least better and get to actually help the team out later.
All the summer league players will be with their teams for almost the entire summer. The teams will be their new home away from home. Good luck to all the Hawks in the remainder of their spring season and their summer teams. Reporting for QUTV, I'm Carl Faron. NCAA's March Madness brings countless fans together to fill out brackets and watch the March Madness games. As we now know, the Kentucky Wildcats won the championship Monday night against the Kansas Jayhawks 67-59. Before the game, we asked students who they had topping their brackets. Let's find out whose predictions were correct and who fell with the Jayhawks at the final buzzer.
I think Kansas is going to win because Thomas Robinson is a beast in the paint, and yeah.
Kansas! All the way. I want Kansas to win all the way to Zion. Yeah.
I think Kentucky will win because they got the best player, clearly the best player in the country, and they have the best team.
I think Kansas is going to win because they're really awesome and the guys are really, really hot.
I think Kentucky Wildcats will win the whole thing because they're a young team, and Coach Calipari is a great coach. He always recruits the best of the best, and he's been doing it for years, so I feel like this is the year and they're finally going to get it.
Thanks, Carl. And speaking of the March Madness Championship game, QU's Lota Delta chapter of Delta Tau Delta had an event to celebrate the NCAA tournament and help a charitable organization. Delta Madness was a way for students to hang out, watch the game, win fun prizes, and to help raise money for kids with cancer. The event had a silent auction, raffle giveaways, and free food.
We are a service fraternity. We like to give back to our community. It's not about, oh, come and join the Dells, because we are, the typical frat life. We are a fraternity. We are service-based, and we like to get out and help on campus.
Lota Delta donated all money made from the $5 cover charge and raised money from selling extra raffle tickets. Delta Madness raised close to $1,000.
Sometimes the thrills of watching godlike battles on the big screen can be exciting for moviegoers, but as QUTV Jake Schurrier explains, that isn't always the case.
Welcome to another segment of my film review. My name is Jake Schurrier, and today I'll be covering the film I had been waiting for that didn't provide me with the satisfaction that I was looking for, Wrath of the Titans.
Gods are losing our power. We believed Titans to be imprisoned forever. Now, they're breaking free. It would mean chaos.
Although the movie trailer looks rather impressive and gives the film a more intense feel than it actually was, Wrath of the Titans was kind of a letdown for me as a movie watcher. The graphics were great in some scenes, but in others it felt like it was torn from Spy Kids, showing off scenes that could have been more influential if they had put in the extra time and money to improve them. My problems with this movie does not just stop at the movie's appearance, though I also disliked how rushed and short-lived the actual movie was. To put it simply, the storyline was rushed, and the ending was a greater letdown than a lot of films that I'd watched in the past. For a movie based around fighting gods and mystical creatures, I found myself bored to death while I sat in my seat waiting for something exciting to happen on screen. Although they did have their fight scenes and story development, they failed in trying to grab my attention as a fan. With such a disappointing outcome to what I had hoped the movie would end up being, I'd give this movie a 2 out of 5. The movie had great effects at some points, but for the most part the producers could have made them way better than what they had provided. Just wraps up another film review by yours truly. From QUTV, I'm Jake Sherrier.
Now we move from the big screen to the big stage. If you're looking for something to keep you entertained and you enjoy musicals, The Secret Garden is right for you. With a cast that has been practicing for months in order to please the audiences, the musical shows promise to those who want to hear a couple of beautiful musical pieces. The play will take place at the McHugh Theater from April 12th to the 15th. Tickets are $14 for adults, $12 for faculty and staff, and $6 for students on non-student night performances. You will need your school ID at the door while purchasing your ticket if you are a student. The times for these shows will be at 7 p.m. on all of the days for the musical except for the 15th, which will begin at 2 p.m. Please come out and support all of the students that are working hard to bring you an amazing show.
This past Friday, students came together for a night of food, games, and fun to help raise money for the kids at St. Jude's Hospital.
We are raising money for the kids at St. Jude's Cancer Research Hospital. They never have to pay for treatment. Their families never have to pay. So we continue to raise money for them so they can receive treatment and hopefully find cures to their diseases. Our events today are, the biggest is our fundraiser, which is the dunk tank. It has been a great success so far. We also have a scavenger hunt, capture the flag, steal the bacon, trivia, karaoke, fear factor, minute to win it. We have 3 silent auction items, and we are writing letters, donation letters, to continue to raise more money for the kids at St. Jude's.
Up Till Dawn has raised around $500 on Friday, putting them at more than $3,500 for the year.
That's all for this week's episode of QUTV. I'm Kaylee Kelly.
And I'm Jeremy Culver. Be sure to come back and check us out in 2 weeks as we continue to bring you the news by the students, for the students.